Well. Good morning, West Ham fans. There's increased optimism about Mubama signing a new deal and being linked with the Ukrainian latest sensation. Yes, everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Happy Friday. Congratulations. You've done another week. It's going to be interesting today, actually. We've got the David Moyes press conference. I think it's probably the most anticipated press conference for a while in terms of hopefully getting some clarity on where we are with Jared Bowen, Kudus, Aged, Souček, maybe a bit more about Antonio in terms of timelines. So I thought I'd give you a little bit more information about other stuff, really. Obviously, yesterday we spoke about Callum Marshall signing a new deal, and it seems as though West Ham are becoming more confident of Divin signing a new deal. We know his contract runs out in the summer, and contract negotiations have been going on for almost 12 months now. And it wasn't looking great in terms of striking a deal for the 19-year-old. But according to Clarence Hugh, and we know that obviously close links to Mr. Sullivan, we know Mr. Sullivan's taken an active role in the negotiations with Divin and his team, as well as Tim Steindl as well. They have confidence that a deal can be struck with a 19-year-old. I mean, you know, without a doubt, it's probably... Is it too much? I don't know. So is it too much of an exaggeration since Declan Rice, the most anticipated academy player to come through? I don't think it is. Don't think it is, really, considering who's been through the door and been out through the door in the academy since. But he probably is. We know he's got pace and power. He may well get some minutes on Saturday against Burnley. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens there. He's only had 25 minutes of senior action this season, although he did play quite a considerable role in the pre-seasons, that's for sure. We know he's supremely talented. We know that other clubs are interested in him in terms of loan moves and stuff like that come January. It is believed that if he does sign a new deal, that the idea would be for him to go out on loan to get some much needed first team experience. I think it's exactly the way to go. And I've spoken about that at great lengths in terms of how I think we need to utilize the loan market as if it was the old combinations reserve league. But we could, in the next short time, won't put a time limit on it, have tied up Divin and Callum Marshall, two of the hottest forwards, youth academy forwards in the game at the moment, to long-term deals potentially. But there's growing optimism that he's wanting to sign. By all accounts, you know, it is, you know, they are looking. He wants to sign. It's not like he's just, you know, getting the right deal, and obviously then getting minutes on the pitch as well, which is obviously more important, and making an impact. Elsewhere, we've been busy scouting. We've been out. We was out in Leverkusen this week, apparently watching the Ukrainian Sensation, midfield sensation. I can't remember his first name. I know he's he's that good. As it, Georgi Sudakov, and us and a host of others, including City, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, were in attendance apparently in Leverkusen to watch the Euro 2024 qualifier match between Italy and Ukraine, or Ukraine and Italy. Obviously that finished 0-0, and it meant that they narrowly, in terms of Ukraine, missed out on automatic promotion or qualification rather to the Euro 2024 tournament next year. And Sudakov played the full 90 minutes in midfield. He is one of the most talked about young prospects in Europe at the moment, and he's widely expected to move from Shakhtar Donetsk in the next year. Probably not in January, but definitely in the summer. They'll do a hard job to having to keep hold of him. He's a product of their youth system there. and he's enjoyed a real rapid rise in recent times. Well, a very, very quick development. I think quicker than I think they anticipated. And as such, he's become heavily involved with the Ukraine national side. As I said, they just narrowly missed out on qualification for Euro 2024 automatically on Wednesday. And for a lad's so young, he's 21. As I said, he played the full 90 minutes on Wednesday against Italy. So far, he's played 14 times for Shakhtar this season, 3 goals, 2 in the league, and 1 against Barcelona in the Champions League. So he's getting a bit of a reputation. So again, physically, he could do a job. Sometimes when you look at young players, you think, could they physically keep up with the Premier League in terms of the physicality of the league? I think he could. As I said, he's held his own in international football already, so he's highly experienced for somebody who's only 21 as well. So we've been linked with him. We've also been linked to another midfielder, and that's the Hellas Verona midfielder. And I've got his surname because I remember his first name. I know he's Adrian Tomese, and he's Torino. He's not Hellas Verona. That's an old picture. And apparently us, Fulham and Brighton have basically shown interest in a potential £10 million plus deal for him, according to Tutto Sport. He joined Torino from Hellas Verona for around £2.5 million a few months ago, and Torino are looking to make a bit of a profit, particularly as one of the players we sold him is doing fuck all at the moment in terms of old Vlasic. He's absolutely shit at the moment. The report from Tutto Sport says they value in excess of £10 million. He's on about 20 grand a week as well, so he'd get a nice little wage bump with a move from Italy to the Premier League in the mid-season window. They're looking at cashing in now. He's 29, so a little bit older. He's been capped by France at youth team level. Defensive midfielder by trade, but can also play right back and also play centre back as well. So he's a very useful squad player. And that's particularly useful when you think someone like, and people go, oh, he's 29. Oh. At the moment, we've got a player called Edson Alvarez who's fantastic, but he'll get a booking and he'll get a suspension every couple of months. And we look so frail when we don't have a CDM in there, a permanent CDM, not a JWP that, he can't deputise like that. Neither can Souček. So someone like Adrian coming in could be very shrewd, a very shrewd squad player. Also, it means you could play him at right back. You could play him at centre back if you needed to as well. Fulham are seeing him as an alternative to João Paulinho, who could well be moving to Bayern Munich. They're also being linked to Andre Trinali, the Brazilian international, who we've also been linked with as well. And that's about £30 million. And Fulham, I think, is sort of somewhat leading the race on that one, particularly as Liverpool pulled out. But I can see Tremese, he was reported in an interview to say he models his game on Patrick Vieira. And he was actually close to joining Cardiff in 2019 and was also a previous target for Aston Villa, Burnley, Everton, and Sheffield United. He's doing very well for Torino, and they're seeking to basically cash in while they can. Basically, and we've been linked to him as much as other teams as well. But there we go. So a little whistle stop tour, a few little rumours, a few little tidbits of info. Anyway, don't forget to keep an eye on the channel, the Dave Moyes press conference, and then we'll have all the fun of the fair in terms of starting 11 shows, stat attack, the watch along tomorrow. Go back and listen to our chat with Dan from Turf Moorhouse. That was quite funny yesterday, myself and Anton. And until then, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Have a great Friday, people, and come on, you bloody irons.